Hi, my name is Ian Miller. I'm a retired retailer living in Jerusalem. I have a wife, Sarah, and 3 children, 2 of whom live in Israel, with 7 grandchildren over here. We live in a beautiful home in a suburb called Tel Bia in Dubnov Street. We bought a home that we basically fell in love with, but it needed touches rather than major reconstruction as such. And we called in Shana to help us. And everything she's done has really worked, and we love. We needed to paint, so she took us to the paint shop. We looked at the paints, we looked at the textures, we looked at it on the wall. She gave us her time, she put effort into it. We needed to brighten up our entrance hall. She helped us with that. We needed a new carpet. 5 rugs arrived the next day with Shana, and we were able to make a selection. We still love it today. But the biggest thing that I believe that Shana has expertise in, and Sunshine has expertise in, is utilizing space. Because we all know space in Jerusalem is at an incredible premium and very expensive, and you want to utilize your space to the best way you possibly can. And here Shana helped me enormously. We have a small room that was not suitable for putting up any guests at all, and I needed to convert it into a guest room that would comfortably accommodate 2 people. Shana helped me with the plans, she helped me with the builders, and the room is just fantastic. In fact, we had 2 people staying in our home over Shabbos in the room, and they were really happy with it. People come in and say, "Wow, what have you done?" And without extending the walls, because the walls just aren't flexible in Jerusalem. I think I got the best value for my dollar from Sunshine in utilizing space and making a small space usable and appear much larger than it really is. And I think that requires a very special skill. But at the same time, ending up with something that's tasteful, that's workable, and not only that, doing it with incredibly good workmen. Every time we've called Shana in for a project, the workmen have arrived on time, the workmen have cleaned up after they've left, they've finished on time, they've finished on budget, and the quality of the work's been up to beyond our expectations. The main work that we did was in the small room that we made larger without making it larger. Fortunately, my wife was overseas at the time, so we had run of the house, because obviously when you're destroying a room and pulling down ceilings and doing all that sort of construction work, you end up with a lot of dust. But again, every day after the workmen finished, they cleaned for us. So at the end of the day, it wasn't much of a disruption, and the gain has been fantastic. Generally, people walk into our house and say, "Wow," because it's just got a really nice vibe about it, and it's definitely the touches that Shana's pointed us in the direction of that have helped us achieve that. I think Shana's, first of all, sweet and kind. She listens to you. She can be forceful when needed. Like if you're going off on totally the wrong tangent, she will in a sweet, kind way put you back on the right road, which is terrific. Because I found with using interior architects and design people, sometimes they've got their own very fixed ideas, and they insist on you having their ideas. I'm sure Shana's apartment is very different to our apartment, and her taste is very different to our taste. We obviously a lot older than Shana and have different lifestyle needs, but she's able to take all of our needs into account and interpret them in a way that we really like, and we wouldn't have come to those conclusions on our own. So she's been wonderful. The use of space is probably one of her greatest attributes, as well as the fact that she just has this amazing ability to call on tradesmen constantly who are consistently good. We've never had a bad moment with any of Shana's tradesmen. We've painted our house twice, not because of Shana's fault, but because we had some construction stuff that we had to pull down ceilings. And twice the painters have been there, and they've done a fantastic job, worked beautifully and cleanly. We've built in cupboards, we've done all sorts of things, and absolutely no complaints, only praise. My advice to anyone who's about to renovate, speak to Shana. She's accessible, she's approachable, and she's just a pleasure to deal with. And of course, don't let me underplay the fact that she's a highly talented interior designer, or interior architect.